Good morning, and thanks for being with us. I'm Heather Abraham.
Good morning, Ron Smiley as well.
Glad to have you with us this morning.
Thank you so much.
All of you at home, and we asked Ron to join us to start off the show today because he recently had something happen to him that may have happened to you too. It's a common problem this time of year. Ron, you and your girls found baby birds that fell right out of the nest.
Right out of the nest, right onto pretty much right outside our front door right there. My daughters were like, it's the end of the world. They didn't want anything to happen to these baby birds. So so it was kind of a minor little incident that we had there. You could see them walking around carrying those baby birds right there. So thankfully myself and my wife was there and the girls, and we all got them back up in the tree slowly but surely. But the big question is, what do you do when that happens?
Right, well, it can be traumatic too. I remember seeing the video of Haley, and she was
bird
crying
in the hair,
holding
and
the bird.
hand right there. There's the birds in the nest. It's right outside. It's a little magnolia tree right outside our front door right there. So we are certainly continuing to see, just the big concern that was there when that was happening.
Okay, well, I know Ron went through this situation, but our first guest can help with that. And we are told that this happens quite frequently to a lot of people. So what are you supposed to do? This is veterinarian Dr. Mike Hutchinson. You know him well, of Animal General in Cranberry. So what should you do if you find wild?
So that is a very common problem, especially this time of year. So, if you can get it back into the tree, that's wonderful, but I wouldn't want Ron or anybody falling out of the tree and injuring themselves. That'd be a worse problem. So what you can do, and there's a myth out there that if you handle those baby birds, that the mother will never come back to them because of our scent.
Right.
And that's just wrong. That's a myth. And so if you can get them into maybe a bush nearby and make a little nest for them and put them there so the mother can hear them, she will come back and take care of them. And so a lot of people just feel if they touch them, it's over, and that's just not true. You
know, we learned that from the aviary not too long ago, because that was something that I always heard, that if you touch any kind of wildlife, your scent is on them, the mom will reject them.
Well, I considered myself a very experienced kid because my dad was a wildlife rehabilitator, and I couldn't believe that nobody knew that, so because I grew up with it. And so I can't say that enough to people, that no, that's just a myth, that's not true. And that's good to hear, because we can help them.
Well, one of the other things we wanted to talk about this time of year, and I think this is a really important topic, a lot of people are out enjoying the weather, taking their dogs for longer walks. Not all dogs are accepting or friendly to other people, other animals, or to children.
Here's a fact that a lot of people don't know. There's about 5 million reported dog bites a year.
Wow.
Half of those are children. And guess what? Half of those are from their own dog.
Really?
A lot of people don't realize that when you own a dog, there's a lot of responsibilities. Any dog can bite you, and for different reasons. I've been bitten by my dog because of my stupidity. I'm sitting there with treats, hanging on to them, kind of teasing the dogs, and one of the dogs lunged to get it before the other dog, and I got bit.
Wow.
And so it really is, it can happen to anybody. So because children are the most often the ones that get bit by these dogs, I'm always trying to help prevent that. I'm always trying to teach people what to do when they have young children or any children. And what do you do if a dog comes running at you? And the best thing you do is be like a tree and get sideways to the dog. And do you think you should stare at that dog or not?
I would say no, because it's intimidating.
Correct. You don't want to challenge them. You just kind of look away, and then you can bark out commands. No, sit, go home. Because almost all of us dog owners teach our dogs basic commands.
You
our
said
kids too.
They are,
right.
But they are our kids.
Yeah. But we teach them basic commands, so it's familiar to them.
Right.
And but don't challenge them. Try to get sideways, because sometimes that full side or front view is aggressive to them.
Right.
So it's just a good thing to know. And then if you can, put something between you and their head, because they can hurt you with their head, nothing else.
Okay, so you're walking down the street with your dog. Let's say your dog is very social. Another dog is walking down the street, same sidewalk. You can clearly tell as it's approaching, it's getting excited and maybe isn't as social as yours. What if the two start to go at it? What if your dog is attacked?
So I think that's a very common problem, what you just explained. And you're noticing that dog's coming, it's not acting right. You know your dog, you don't know that dog. So you have to anticipate and maybe just get out of the way and let that person know, I don't want this interaction.
Right.
And then they'll see that you're trying to get out of the way, so they'll automatically try to get out of the way. I think that's a really good thing to do. Where we get into trouble, or where you see trouble in dog parks and things, when new dogs interact, they start off friendly, sniffing, and then one dog makes a real quick move, and then all of a sudden there's a bite. And guess what we try to do? We try to get in the middle of it.
Right.
And that's another place where we frequently get bit or bitten. And so I always tell people, if you have a leash on them, try to pull them away. I would rather people stay away from large dogs fighting and let them battle until it's done, because everybody that tries to get in the middle are usually the ones that are a victim of a bad dog bite. And that can be very, very painful. It can be damaged nerves, cause infections. It's horrible. So I would, if you had a hose, you could, spray a hose. That's not always that convenient. You could try to put something in between them and like a garbage can lid or something, but you're still risking getting bitten when you do those things. So I always tell people, use good judgment. I've seen some professional trainers grab the back legs and start pulling their dog backwards and try to get them into a door or a gate and use the gate or the door as the barrier. But that would be a scary episode to go through. Even for me, with all my experience, that would be a scary episode, because you're probably going to end up getting bitten. And I would say sometimes you just have to let them fight and don't get in the middle.
Well, if they're the same size dog, that might be okay. But if you have a smaller dog, we've seen sometimes they
can kill them.
Right.
But if you get in the middle of that, you're going to get some bad injury, and you're probably not going to stop what's going to happen there. So that's a tough situation.
Right.
With kids, though, we can teach them not to approach strange dogs. Don't ever pet a dog without asking permission. Don't ever just go up to pet a dog's head. You should always let them sniff you. And so there are basic things we can teach children to keep them out of harm's way. I love dogs. I wanted to go up to every dog I saw as a kid. I got one of the worst bites of my life on a dog that I took care of for a neighbor when they went away, because I thought it was fun to go scare him while he was sleeping. And he woke up and I had a horrible bite. And then of course, as soon as I got bitten, I was thinking that was dumb. And then he saw it was me and was very friendly. So even friendly dogs, every dog can bite.
So you said that in the house, half of the children bitten by dogs, it's happening with their own animals.
Playing too rough.
Okay.
So we have no children should be playing with dogs unsupervised. Period. That should be the rule. And then if they are playing with them, it should be soft play. Tug of wars aren't good games for children to play with dogs, because they'll start trying to lunge forward to get a bigger bite of the rope, and then they can accidentally bite the child. So not every bite is vicious. A lot of them are unintentional. And then around food, we want to teach our children and us manners around food, because dogs can get territorial and get food aggressive. And we have to know that about our dogs, but children don't know that. So it has to be us that teaches them that.
Okay, good advice from Dr. Mike this time of year. We want to thank Dr. Mike Hutchinson of Animal General in Cranberry. He's a regular contributor on the Ask Dr. Mike segment here on PTL. You can also listen to his podcast and find him on KDK Radio as well.